Hey, what's up? I am gonna make this video about how to get through chemotherapy and how to get through having cancer and some hints and some suggestions on what to do. Um, some things, there's some things when it comes to doing that I don't know about because there's some things about what it should you do when you have when you're going through a lot of pain and you're queasy a lot too. What you should do when you have that, I have no idea because I haven't gone through that. I don't know. Um, so there's, some things that I won't be able to help you with. But that's just two of the things because I haven't had a lot of pain. There was one day in which I was in the hospital on the third floor and I had a lot of pain that day and I don't know why. It could have been the chemotherapy, it could have been something else. But anyway, I had it the entire day. Oh boy. It was pretty much the entire day that I had that. And they even gave me morphine, but it did nothing for me. Um, anyway, it did nothing for me. And so anyway, I had a lot of pain that one day. And then after that, that was it. That was all the pain I had. Was just one day. And so anyway, when it comes to nausea, being sick from the chemo, um, I've had some nausea just one day, and that's been it too. And so I've been so blessed. Um, I would say blessed by God, to have the only side effect only major side effect from going through chemo is losing my hair. And so anyway, I've got videos when I did have a lot of hair and a goatee. And actually, you can actually see it growing there. Yeah. So anyway, my hair on my face is growing a lot faster than my hair on the top of my head, which is growing extremely slowly. And I haven't shaved at all since November, when I had it all shaved off after my first round of chemo. I started losing my hair. So anyway, yeah, this is how this is how slow it's been growing, you know, which is pretty slow. But now I'm off of all chemo. I'm off of all medication to help my immune system. Off of all of that, all the chemo, everything off, gone. And it's been about a month now since I've been off of it, off of everything. And so it might be another month before I'm finally back to where I should be, before I had chemo, before I had cancer. And so anyway, It could take another month before my hair on my head starts growing back a lot, which I cannot wait for. Cannot wait to get my hair back. No matter what color it is, I don't care. It could be hot pink, whatever. Um, yeah. So anyway, I can't wait to. In some ways, I can't wait to leave where I'm at too, because I am at a nursing home right now, and almost everybody's so much older than I am. So anyway, that will be a great day when I am able to leave. But before that, we are going to see these guys play this coming Sunday, the 20th of June. So anyway, you might see someone wearing this uniform, because I will be wearing this uniform when I'm at the Twins game. I am at the Twins game. I'll be wearing this. Let's see. So anyway, anyway, I can't wait to go to the game. It's going to be a lot of fun. The week after this coming Sunday, we go to Fargo here in North Dakota, and we will be going to the Red Hawks, Fargo Hornhead Red Hawks game, and that too will be fun. Can't wait for that too. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. But anyway, some of the ways that you can get through going through chemotherapy and having cancer. Number one is having faith in God, because no matter what you go through, God can get you through it. Okay, if it's God's will. If it's God's will that you don't get through it, well, you're going to be better off in heaven anyway. Better off, if you put your faith and trust in Him, you'll be much better off. Heaven's a much better place than it is here on earth. So, even if my cancer came back, I'm pretty much, all I have left is to find out about my PET scan, and that's it. That is all. That is everything. I mean, that's all I have to do with my cancer left. I find out, I've already rung the bell. I've got pictures of me doing that with the cancer doctor himself, because without his help, without his hard work, with everybody's hard work at the VA, I wouldn't have survived. So anyway, that's my first way of surviving cancer, and surviving it. My second, my second suggestion or idea when it comes to beating cancer is become a lot health conscious than you have in the past, unless you are like extremely health conscious already, and then you find out that you have cancer. Unless you are, take it up another notch of your health conscious, of being concerned about your health. I'd say exercise more, eat better, get in better shape, don't eat junk food, don't drink beer. If you smoke, quit smoking, become much more health conscious, concerned about your health than you have in the past. Okay? Because that is extremely important. That is extremely important. Um, I think the fact that I've had almost no no none of the big side effects for my cancer. The only one is losing my hair. I I think that is my faith in God and being healthy. But then again, maybe it has nothing to do with that. Well, very little to do with that, and it's all a lot of it is genetics. Maybe I'm just lucky. I don't know. I don't know. But I think being healthier helps you when it comes to fighting cancer. You know, eating the right foods, exercising more, not eating bad, not eating junk food, not drinking, not smoking. All of those things I do think play a role in how well you can get through this. Okay. So anyway, that would be suggestion number two. Suggestion number three is, let's see. I think I think having your family there for you too is something that's very important when it comes to going through this. Um, you know, I haven't had, there's been only a few times in which I've had people there with me, family or friends with me when I've gone through chemo. You know, a lot of people have, a lot of my family don't live anywhere close to where I do, but yet it would have been nice to have them with me when I'm going through chemo. It seems like everybody else has people there with them. Me, I've hardly had anyone there with me when I'm going through chemo. I don't know. It would have been nice. It would have been real nice to have a lot of family and friends with me when I'm doing that. You know, my parents were there the first day, the first time I had chemo. A couple days after I found out that I had cancer, they were there. Well, it seemed like they were there for a reason. That's to talk about what happens if I don't, if my cancer diagnosis and having cancer goes the wrong way, and I end up not making it. What do I want done? Where do I want my funeral, and where do I want to be buried? So I had that conversation with my parents during my first time I was taking chemo. So anyway, but anyway, yeah, that's the only time they were there for, any time that my parents were there for chemo. That's the only time they were there, the first time, and that's it. That was it. I had one of my cousins who lives in West Fargo. He was there when I was going through chemo one time, but that was it. Nobody else. I mean, I had a kidney doctor saying I might be going to Essentia because of something to do with my kidney, my right kidney, which I found out was had been surrounded by my lymphoma. and it choked off the tube between my right kidney and my bladder. So my right kidney was getting bigger, and I needed it drained as soon as possible. But that's pretty much the only 3 times that I had somebody there with me when I was going through chemo, you know. But, oh well, I guess that's the way it goes. But yeah, I think, maybe it is genetics that has, maybe it is genetics was why I didn't, have many side effects from my chemo, but, or the grace of God, could be genetics, the grace of God, you know. I mean, I believe I'm still alive by the grace of God. Oh my gosh, anyway, let's see. Another thing, you have to have a positive attitude about anything that comes. You have to have a positive attitude. No matter what happens, you just have to think, okay, I'm going to get through this. I am going to get through this. And put your faith and trust in God to get you through it too. That God's going to get me through this. God's got this under control. I'm going to be okay. It's gonna all work out. You know, I had an extremely positive attitude when I found out that I had blood bacteria. I was like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna be down about it or upset. They said I was going to be taken off all chemo. I was like, well, okay. But then I thought I was going to be being with my family the week of Thanksgiving. I thought I was going to be with them. I thought I could take care of my blood bacteria. And the medical people at the VA were like, no, that's not going to happen. But I was like, okay, fine, no problem. I'm not going to be with my family on Thanksgiving Day. But that's the way it is. You have to have a positive attitude even when it's bad news. You go, okay, it's not exactly what I want, but yet it's like, okay. If it's really bad news, you really need to put your faith in God. You know, to be ready to die when you do. To know God personally, you know, to know God in your heart and in your life, personally when you do die. Because if you don't know, you should be packing a lot of suntan, a lot of sunscreen if you could, to take it with you in the afterlife. If you don't know God, that would be one thing you'd better bring if you could, but you can't. So anyway, you just gotta have your faith in God. That's it. God can get you through anything. It says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And that is absolutely a verse that I live by. that I try to live by, because it is so true. I had a stroke 3 years ago. I got through that. Um, yeah, it wasn't exactly easy. I've gotten through my lymphoma cancer. As I said before, I had my blood bacteria. I've got through that. Um, so anyway, yeah. But you can get through this. You can get through it. I know you can. You know, there's so many people that don't, but they need to have the faith. You know, God will be with you. God, you will be with you through the adversity of your life. God will not rescue you from the adversity, but be with you through the adversity. And that's something you've got to remember. You've got to remember that every single day. God is with you through adversity. God sometimes doesn't rescue you from the adversity. There's been a lot of adversity in my life that, I could have prayed, God, get me out of this, please. There's times which He has, which God has gotten me out of. But there's a lot of times I've gone through things that God has taught me. So anyway, see you later.